Hey guys, I'm having such a great day today, and I'll tell you why. Because you guys are awesome, and I'm having so much fun with all the social media stuff, making things for FemmeHead, and life's good. But anyways, I was feeling inspired today to make another minimalism video because you guys really seem to like those. They get a lot of good comments and traction, and I have things to say about it because I'm on a journey to minimalism, and a lot of you are too. And that's exactly what it is. It's a journey, it's a learning experience, and I'm gonna touch on two different related topics today in correlation with minimalism. And the first one is what to do when you kind of have that, oh crap, the crap's piling back up moment, and what to do when you're feeling really attached to certain items or things and you're having a hard time letting them go. All right, so what I've learned is when you start out on this wonderful minimalism journey, you have to realize that it's a learning process, it's a journey, and you're not gonna be perfect right away, so you cannot beat yourself up about not being perfect because no one's perfect. So, and it's even harder when you live with someone, whether it's a boyfriend, a husband, a family, your parents, a roommate, because their stuff is obviously a part of the mix, a part of what you're surrounded by, but you really have no control over their stuff. So you kind of have to put it out of your mind. And if they have a lot of crap, you just kind of hope that you can lead by example and inspire them through you getting rid of all your crap, if that makes sense. Okay, so you've done your big, deep clean. Everything's feeling very just tidy. You have less stuff. You're feeling refreshed, invigorated, and ready to assume this role as a Jedi master of minimalism, but that's not how it happens. So if a few months down the road, if you find that stuff starting to pile back up again, don't get that upset because this is a perfectly normal, acceptable part of the journey. And there's two options here. When you kind of have that moment of the crap's back, you can either pull out a laundry basket or a box and take a little hour or so to kind of go through and do that whole motion again, but in a smaller sense. Or if you really have this fear of things piling back up and you don't want to get to the point to where it's too overwhelming to where you don't want to go through it all, you can set yourself a reminder in your phone, like an alert, or write it down in your planner, whatever works for you, once a month or every 3 months or whatever you feel necessary. Kind of like a little reminder, hey, go through your stuff again, check in, and reevaluate the things that you have collected, because things collect so easily, whether it's a gift from your grandparents, from a friend, your mom gives you something from your old room at home, or you go on a couple shopping trips, it inevitably comes back in. And I find that this moment of realization of oh right, I'm not perfect, I'm not a perfect minimalistic person, is a great thing because it reminds you that you have to stay conscious of your consumption and what you're bringing in. And so slowly by slowly, you'll get better at incorporating those thoughts into your brain as you're receiving stuff or getting stuff. And if you've already gone through that process of doing that really big, tidy cleanse, whatever you want to call it, at the beginning of this journey, then you know that amazing feeling that comes with it. Just you feel lighter, you feel free, you feel like you're ready to take on the world, one box of crap at a time. And so you know that feeling's there on the other side of you doing a mini cleanse. It may not be as big, but it's still gonna be really great. Just the other day, I pulled out a laundry basket and some things that were there during my initial cleanse that I didn't get rid of, I started putting those into the laundry basket. And being able to get rid of stuff that you weren't able to get rid of before is such a good feeling. You just instantly, me personally, I feel instantly lighter and just really, really great. So the biggest takeaway I want you guys to get from this first part is you can't beat yourself up. You have to roll with the punches, and it's a learning experience. And you have to take it month by month, day by day, item by item. Now let's move on to the issue of not being able to let go of certain things. And there's so many reasons and excuses to why you won't let go of certain things. My biggest excuse was, but Victoria, someday you could use this for a Halloween costume. And I'm just looking back, I came to the realization of girl, you have never once used one of the things that you said you're gonna save for a Halloween costume on an actual Halloween costume. And it is so easy to just go to the thrift store that's a couple blocks away and make an entire outfit in a day for a couple bucks. So that really helped me let go of all those things that I was holding on to. But you may not know your reasoning or your excuse quite yet like I did, and there's plenty of them. Something that I find that I have a big problem with, and people in general have a big problem with, is if the item is attached to a very fond memory or a happy time in your life. Whether it's a shirt, a pair of shoes, a book, a game, I don't know, blanket. There's so many things that are attached. We attach everything to memories, and that's great. That's wonderful. Good memories are a great thing. It's part of being human. But you have to look at it as, what good is that piece of clothing doing if it reminds you of a happy time, like every 5 years or whenever you're like trying to clean out stuff and you stumble upon it? Wouldn't you rather, the memories are already there. So, and I'm sure you probably have pictures with that item. Maybe you've written about it somewhere. There's other ways you can store those memories so that you can let go of that item, because it's not that item, it's that memory that's in your mind, and that item is just a trigger. So you have to kind of detach the item from the memory and make the memory its own thing by itself. If the next issue is something that's given to you as a gift. And I have a couple things floating around my house right now that I know I want to get rid of, but I get that I feel guilty just even thinking about getting rid of them because someone gave them to me. But I've come to the realization that what good are those items doing for me or anyone else in the world if they're just getting dusty in the back of like one of my kitchen cabinets, when I could. And this is the biggest thing with being able to let go of things, is I tell myself, Victoria, you don't love this, you don't like it, you don't use it, you don't even want it, you don't need it. But there's someone else out there that would love it, like it, need it, and all those great things, and you'd really brighten up their day and their life putting this item back out there into the world for someone else to come up and pick up. I think about me personally, like going to the thrift store, and I have a couple, more than a couple, I have quite a few items of clothing from the thrift store that I am absolutely in love with, or just items that people have given up. I recently bought a used ukulele that someone wasn't using, and she wanted to pass it on so it could get used and loved and all that great stuff, and I love it. It brings me so much joy. There's certain articles of clothing that bring me so much joy, and I think you want to have those things if people weren't willing to give them up. So I look at, items that I don't even like, and I'm like, Victoria, you don't even like this. You could really brighten up someone else's day by putting it back out there. So keep that in your mind, like you could really make someone's day and bring a lot of joy to their life by letting go of items you don't need or want. Okay, so I think that's all I have on those two topics. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. Also, I want to know what item or group of things are your weakness when it comes to getting rid of stuff? And mine is definitely books. I'm so bad at getting rid of books because books is where I go for knowledge. I'm constantly reading a book, like 5 books at a time. And there's a lot of books within what I do that I reference all the time. So books are really, really hard for me to get rid of. And I love the way they look, which is odd, but yes, books are my weakness. What are yours? Okay, guys, that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. Until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.